You report your success to Lucane. He smiles and tells you to keep the runestone to use in your adventures. Now you can view research materials about rune magic whenever you need. You can also buy runestones from Lucane. You produce the stone tablet you brought back from the temple ruins. He swallows hard and examines the tablet. The ancient demon script is difficult for even Lucane to read. He can only deduce that it is a contract of some sort. Upon further examination, Lucane finds something he can read. The name of the Demon King, Magina Gusna Idrashin. The name jogs your memory. You've heard it before. But where? Lucane cannot tell anything.
Oh, how can I help you? Which one?
The name of the Demon King, Magino Gusna Idrashin. You're positive you've heard that name, somewhere in town.
Wandering One, how can I help you?
The old man grows excited when you walk by. He grabs the tablet. You now remember him mumbling the Demon King's name earlier. When you try to take the tablet back, the old man chants a spell. Instantly, the stone tablet crumbles to dust. You stand there, gobsmacked, when the old man thanks you in a calm, clear voice. He continues his story. We had obtained the crown of Elysia, known as the Dragon's Crown. However, it had no power to control the dragons. Those legends were myths to lionize the Elysian king. The crown in the ruins was merely decorative. However, I decided that I would infuse the crown with the power the legends spoke of. It would be my life's work. To do this, I would go to any lengths. I collaborated with shadowy cabals and sold my soul to the Demon King for power. Without the tablet, the crown's power will now vanish. The religion that used me cannot control the ancient dragons. The old man tells you in closing that he is the magician Wallace. In the next moment, he appears to melt into the air. The magician Wallace, who disappeared, is Lucane's friend. You must tell him of this surprising encounter. You tell Lucane everything that transpired with Wallace, the tablet, and the dragon's crown. Lucane is listening intently to your story when he suddenly bolts upright. All of his lost memories have returned to him. It was Wallace who killed Lucane. He asked Lucane to come to the labyrinth so he could steal Lucane's black runestones. Those runestones are special runes that make a teleportation gate. They're said to be made by a fairy with ancient powers. Wallace was used to open a gate to the illusionary land. The ancient dragon sleeps there, a land the goddess sealed. The shadowy religion must have wanted to be able to control that giant dragon. They shared Wallace's goal. Even rumors of this organization having the power of dragons would be chaotic. You can't just hope it'll never be found. Lucane says that if the crown were to be anywhere, it would certainly be in the Mage's Tower. Mornion took over the Mage's Tower, likely because it housed many types of research, as well as Wallace's laboratory.
Oh, how can I help you?
You infiltrate the Mage's Tower to find the dragon's crown. The Mage's Tower, once greatly admired by magicians as a bastion of wisdom. It now embodies all the fears Highland has of being conquered by the rebel forces which conspire against it. A half-naked woman is lying in a dark corner, bound by a chain. Looking closer, you discover she's a kidnapped spirit. The followers of Mornion seem to be capturing as many spirits and fairies as they can find to power their rune magic. Rune magic gates have been opened many times in this tower, and the magicians are even traveling to the illusionary land. The spirit finishes her story with a bone-chilling revelation. They have awakened the ancient dragon. After freeing the spirit, you go into the room of one of the Mornion leaders. The leaders had already concealed themselves, sensing your presence in the tower.
rescue gnats.
The molten lava attacks you as if it is alive. Steer the magic carpet and keep it from burning.
Let's see. Simple.
orb that the magicians use has a special characteristic. Look at the colors of the orbs. The warlock has begun a high-level incantation. Beware. successful in slaying one of the Mornion leaders. However, you didn't find the dragon's crown inside the mage's tower. On the warlock's corpse, you found the black runestones that were taken from Lucane. However, one was completely destroyed. You must return the black runestones you acquired to Lucane. Lucane was quite worried about your safety and flashes a relieved smile when he sees you return. You give him the 2 black runestones you found. Nobody should be able to enter the illusionary lands now. You tell Lucane that you didn't find the dragon's crown and what the spirit told you about the ancient dragon. There are many legends about the ancient dragon, but no one knows any specifics. Lucane suggests seeking a specialist. Lucane has an old friend who once researched the ancient dragons. He currently lives as a hermit in the Lost Woods. They had a falling out long ago, and they are not on good terms. It seems you'll have to see him in Lucane's stead. He owes a debt to the late king. He is hard-headed, but he honors his debts. Lucane writes a letter to the castle. First, you must go to the castle and ask King Dean to write an official letter asking for the hermit's cooperation.
Oh, how can I help you?
You must ask King Dean to write a formal letter asking the hermit to cooperate with your mission. You request an audience with King Dean. However, an anxious-looking Princess Vivian appears instead. Upon inheriting the throne, Dean left the castle with some subordinates and hasn't returned. You brush it aside, reasoning that Dean must have some sort of plan. You assuage the princess's worries. She asks why you're here, and you tell her you need a letter to take to the hermit. She drafts a royal request for you. Vivian gives you a letter asking for the hermit's aid. You must go into the Lost Woods and learn about the ancient dragon. The Adventurers Guild has forbidden the use of the gate, and the ruins are sealed. You should ask Samuel what happened. The Adventurers Guild has forbidden the use of the gate, and the ruins are sealed. You should ask Samuel what happened. You recall what happened at the castle. You request an audience with King Dean. However, an anxious-looking Princess Vivian appears instead. Upon inheriting the throne, Dean left the castle with some subordinates and hasn't returned. You brush it aside, reasoning that Dean must have some sort of plan. You assuage the princess's worries. She asks why you're here, and you tell her you need a letter to take to the hermit. You ask the guildmaster why the magic gate on the outskirts of town has been sealed off. Samuel says the gate had become unstable and it was impossible to know where you'd end up, so he had it sealed. Perhaps the gate's appearance was a side effect of Mornion's gate rune usage. It may be tied to the crumbled runestone. But you have no choice. You tell Samuel that you'll accept the risk and coerce him into allowing you to use the gate. Samuel relents, but also suggests going to the stable and renting a horse as an alternative. You can travel by horse or magic. However, the gate will now drop you at a random location, unlike before.
You're back.
You venture into the Lost Woods to ask the hermit about the ancient dragon. The Lost Woods are so vast and similar looking that you quickly lose track of where you are. It is said that only the hermit who lives here actually knows the way out of this forest.
Outstanding. Oh, I can do that.
What?
It's my turn.
Sensing a presence, you turn around. You see a man standing upon a rock. He immediately shouts, "I don't want trouble!" When you hand him the letter and explain your purpose, he grins confidently. He says the ancient dragon can't be revived. The ancient dragon sleeps in the illusionary lands as a fossil. It's impossible to go there, much less awaken the dragon. He tosses you several tomes and tells you to read them if you want to learn. Then he points to the path exiting the forest. You take a boat across the underground lake, as the hermit advised. This seems like the safest way to leave the Lost Woods. If your boat is caught by a whirlpool, it will be destroyed. Avoid the whirlpools at all costs.
They're here!
Pesky gnats.
Here they come.
I got it. Simple. Filthy lucre. Oh my.
Whoa!
Pesky gnats. How bothersome.
What?
A gazer's main eye can nullify your magic effects. Beware. You were able to defeat the extra-dimensional magical being known as a Gazer. It dawns upon you that this is no safe route. In fact, this is likely the most dangerous route. You brought back the tomes on the ancient dragon that the hermit threw your way. The books you borrowed from the hermit are packed with research about the ancient dragon. Have Lucane look at them. Immediately, you and Lucane pore through the books on the ancient dragon. It is tough reading. Lucane summarizes for you.
The illusionary lands are a great land where the ancient dragon is sealed, along with Alicia's fortress. It is an immortal dragon, born alongside the deities. The goddess fossilized it and made it sleep for time indefinite.
All the tomes seem to corroborate that general idea, but a particular line in one of the books jumps out at you.
When the current Elysian king is sacrificed, the spell will be broken, and the ancient dragon will rise from its slumber.
The memory of your meeting with the late king pops into your mind. He spoke of preventing himself from being sacrificed. King Dean's safety does not appear to be a given anymore. You speed to the castle, hoping against hope that he's there.
Oh, how can I help you?
Frantically, your mind offers myriad silent prayers to any deity you've ever heard of. You rush to meet King Dean. Once again, only the princess appears before you. Vivian seems to have been waiting for you. She shows you a letter. I write this letter in the event something untoward transpires. The letter begins. You begin bracing for the worst. Dean's letter continues. I'm departing for a liaison with representatives of Mornion to obtain the dragon's crown. Heidland is in grave peril, and though I've reservations, I've accepted Mornion's terms to serve the greater good. You now know the sum of all your fears has been realized. Mornion lured him to the illusionary lands and sacrificed him. A spark of hope arises. The illusionary lands have been sealed off. Perhaps the dragon won't be a threat to the realm. Unfortunately, Lucane immediately extinguishes your spark of hope. He opens a dusty volume and directs you to a passage.
The ancient dragon will gradually regain its strength. When at full strength, it will have dominion over all magic.
This includes the rune magic that holds it prisoner. There's no escaping it. The ancient dragon threatens all life. It's only a matter of time before the ancient dragon regains its strength and can leave the illusionary lands. The ancient dragon must be stopped before it regains its strength. However, the dragon is nigh invulnerable now. Lucane points to an image in the book and tells you to look for talismans. They will weaken the dragon's defenses. The Elysian king received these 9 gems from the goddess Althena. The 9 talismans are scattered throughout the world. Only the strongest and the most diligent will find them. You must go to each area and overcome a difficult trial to collect the talismans. You need the 9 talismans to defeat the ancient dragon.